Welcome back to the
Episode 1 of TDS podcast.
Yeah.
All right,
We're
so
golden gentlemen.
we are, as you can see, we got this fancy setup, got some fern around us, got a new mic, which works great, and we have a few topics to discuss today.
Yes, we do. A lot
So
of
just-
stuff going on.
Just simply, we're going to basically be overviewing politics,
yeah.
conspiracy
Conspiracy
theories,
Just funny stories.
funny
in general.
stories in general, and just stuff that high schoolers go through.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I feel like it's definitely going to be entertaining
yeah,
for the older crowd, which we
Yeah.
don't have yet, or any crowd at all.
yeah. Hopefully, eventually, we will grow our
It'll bring you
grow
back
our
to your
expertise.
All right,
right.
days.
So getting
Well,
into
first,
it here.
First, we should start off by explaining that Sam's not here.
Oh yeah,
The TDS stands for Tyler, David, and Sam.
it does.
But Sam is actually
On
right
the football
over there
field.
on the football field.
You can't see him
Yeah.
from here, but he's out there. So
somewhere. We can get
yeah.
footage of him later.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were gonna do it during lunch, but the funny story, the principal wouldn't allow it.
yeah,
I accidentally called him by his first name.
yeah.
Michael.
That was a mistake.
Yeah,
that was
that was
a
bad.
mistake.
But yeah, so we're here now after school in a cool little room.
Yeah, glass room. You
Yeah.
can't see that it's glass, but it's a glass room.
Yep. All right.
All right,
Well,
getting
let's get
into it
into
here.
it.
First topic of
Yeah.
the night would be the Flat Earth Cruise.
Ooh, that'll be a good one.
Are you going to attend?
I really want to.
I don't know. I don't really believe in that kind of stuff. Flat
Well,
Earth.
I want to attend, that way I can be the guy that's laughing at them.
Yeah, and just be like,
they-
the Earth's not flat,
Yeah.
dude.
Are
Like,
you
what the heck
retarded?
are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole time you're gonna be hyping
Yeah.
them up.
Yeah, you're gonna be
Then
like, yeah,
finally-
we're gonna fall off the edge of the earth here, fellas.
Like, it's going down.
I don't know. Alex Jones does have a different perspective on that.
We watched his
Yeah.
podcast today during
Yeah.
study lab. That was fun.
We'll be bringing him up a few times during
Yeah.
this podcast. I am a great fan of Alex Jones.
We really want to get him on here so
Yeah.
bad, just because I feel like it'd be beneficial for the channel, and
Yeah.
he's a great guy.
He's a great guy. He's
In
got a
all
lot of good
honesty.
things to say.
Yeah, he does. A lot of good
Yeah.
theories.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So next topic is, this one's kind of absurd.
Yeah.
All right, I do have a specific viewpoint on this. It's humanoids. Okay.
What is that?
So if you don't know what a
Yeah.
humanoid is, a humanoid is not a bionic person. Okay. It has bionic limbs or something within that realm.
Mm.
So back in the 40s, I think Nazi Germany was developing humanoids and trying to breed humans with these animals, different types of animals, to create this superhuman, so to speak. And yeah, Dave, you got anything to say about that?
I think a human / bear would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be an interesting one. I don't know if you can stop that. I don't know.
I don't think you could.
I don't.
If it was a bear with the intelligence
Yeah,
of a human, there's no way.
there's no way.
Maybe like with some opposable thumbs, then you definitely can't stop it, because then it could just like do
Yeah,
anything.
you could stop it. I mean, if it didn't
eventually,
have,
yeah. Yeah, it would
Just
be.
the fact about that, like how they were developing that stuff,
Mhm.
is just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
How they were doing that.
Yeah.
40s. I mean, in the 40s, they were doing that in the 40s. Imagine what we
now.
have now.
Exactly.
Imagine what we have now.
We have no idea.
That's a scary thought to.
I was actually searching Area 51
Yeah,
recently.
yeah. We did find a few aerial photography.
What's
photos
weird about
of-
that is everybody knows about it,
Yeah,
but it's not in Google Maps
it is
or
not
Google Earth.
Maps.
You can't search Area 51 and it'll
No.
pop up. It has no name. Tyler was like, "Are you sure that that's Area 51?" And I was like,
What other airports in the middle of the desert, dude?
"What other airport is in the middle of the desert that's
Yeah.
not named and it's got freaking hundreds
Yeah.
of satellite dishes
Yeah,
everywhere?"
yeah.
We can pop a few images of that up right now.
Yeah, we could. But
Yeah,
I don't know if we have
if
the
we
editing
edit- yeah.
software quite yet. Sam's our editing guy, but he's
Yeah.
practicing football right now. All right.
Yep.
Next topic. The only mystery in life
Is why kamikaze pilots wear helmets. You never know.
Guys, you don't know. You don't know.
What's going on with that? Like, I don't know.
I don't get it. Like, your ultimate chance is... No, not
I
your
wonder
ultimate
what-
chance. Excuse me. Not your ultimate chance. Your goal is to crash into a object, a boat, an aircraft, or something. A base, a tank. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing.
I'm going
I
to
don't
Google
know.
it and see what Google
But
says.
you're going to die. No
No matter
offense.
what.
No,
Who are you offending? They're all dead.
Then why are you going to wear a helmet? Why? Why would you wear a helmet? I don't know, dude.
Mhm.
I don't know. All right, what do you got on the Google search there?
Well, it says that it was for your phones, but do you really need that if you're just going to dive bomb into a I feel like that was a big waste of
I
money on
mean,
the Japanese
maybe
part.
for like your headings and your takeoff and
That's
but I
about
mean,
it.
most likely
Could've
this
just-
is a completely another topic
Yeah.
that Alex Jones touched on lightly. But
Mhm.
they would the pilots up
Yeah.
before they would take off. Like, no one in your right mind is gonna fly a plane going 300 miles an hour and blow yourself up, you know? Like,
Well, actually, if we touch on the Japanese culture, back then in the 40s, they changed from their imperialism after World War II, because obviously we bombed the out of them.
yeah.
But
yeah.
before that,
is a down lower description.
word.
We'll just leave it at that.
yeah. All right, we can believe that. Anyways, so because we bombed them so badly, they gave up imperialism. But before that, their emperor was like their god. And so imagine,
Yeah.
since you're as young as you can remember, you've been told that this guy is your god, right? I think that you would go into the side of a ship for him. For sure.
I mean,
and they
it is a part of the culture. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I was reading about this. They would, if they felt dishonor or failed at something, they would stick a sword in their
yeah,
and just
then
fall on it.
I believe
If
it
they
was
felt
called-
dishonor or they felt like they were called to die because they messed up.
Not sure how to pronounce it, but it's a weird name for that ritual of suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd expect
Have you
it to be a
have
weird
you ever
name.
seen the movie Hacksaw Ridge?
I have not.
I have not. Oh my goodness, that is such a good movie. In the end, the American forces are overwhelming the Japanese, and all these generals start doing their suicide rituals because you're not
Yeah.
allowed to surrender.
Yep.
And one of them was you can drink poison. You know, you put on your sacred
Yeah,
clothes or
yep.
whatever. You drink poison. Another one is you fall on your sword. And then the last one is you just get decapitated by another officer.
Yep.
Yeah.
But what would the last officer do if they all decided to get beheaded?
Just poison himself, fall on a sword, you know, something like that.
I don't
Yeah.
know if I'd like to go out with the rest of my buddies, but you know, it
know,
is a
Japanese,
controversial topic.
They're
for
they were very hard fighters during
They
World
were
War
they
II.
were also super
They were-
sophisticated and
Yeah.
and like speaking technologically, they were super advanced and sophisticated in that area.
And they would just do tactics that we wouldn't even think about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. The difference between the Japanese and the German was the Japanese did it because they were told to. The Germans did it because they were brainwashed into doing it.
Yeah, I mean the
Well, the
Japanese,
Japanese
the
kinda
culture,
were
the
brainwashed.
culture again, the culture was a big part. Germans, they felt like a need to do it.
Mm-hmm. They were told
yeah.
that the Americans were the enemy and they were the evil ones. The
Yeah.
Japanese were just told, "Hey, we got to get rid of these guys. Get rid of
And
them."
they thought Hitler was the good guy, and I mean, Alex Jones. Again, I'm gonna quote this guy this
Yeah.
whole podcast. He said he was growing up, Dallas, Texas, and he says Hitler was on mainstream media in the 80s in Dallas, Texas. So it would be on CNN, PBS, help me out, Fox,
Yeah.
whatever. And he would be on there like any other politician
Mhm.
or senator in the U.S. He'd just be on. They just chose speeches, broadcasted speeches.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
Something to
makes
think
you-
about. Something
yeah.
to think about.
But as I was saying, the difference between the Japanese and the Germans after the war was the Japanese, when their emperor said, okay, enough is enough, the Americans, we surrendered to them. The Japanese just stopped. They were friendly to the American soldiers that came by. You know, they're waving, hey, what's up? And then the Germans, when the Americans came in, after they surrendered, and they were told you don't have to fight anymore, they did not want to stop fighting. They were still convinced that the Americans were the enemy, and they wanted to get rid of them.
Yeah.
They were really mad.
Yeah.
Yep.
And banking off that, military changes. Changes. We got a lot of military changes. And regarding to the Navy,
their uniform
switched up their uniforms
just got
from
changed.
the. Personally, I think that's. I don't agree with that.
I don't like the military uniform change in the Navy.
I don't.
Their battle dress uniforms. I'm not sure if that's BD uses the term for the Navy.
Yeah.
But they just switched from a digital blue to a digital green.
Digital blue was the
their
trademark.
It was.
Come on, man. You can't switch up the digital.
It
blue.
almost sounds like this is scripted.
Yeah, it's not scripted. It's just a piece of paper.
Yep.
Not scripted.
Yeah, you can't get rid of that.
Yeah, you cannot. Absolutely cannot.
And then the iconic M16 rifle is being
that's
gotten
gone.
rid of.
No more infantry
And
rifle.
they're changing to the M27, which, in my opinion, I think it is about time. Ever since I was a little kid, and I love reading military books, watching military videos.
Yeah,
I was thinking, why haven't we moved on from the M16? It was put in warfare in Vietnam.
Yep.
So, it is about time, but it's kudos to you, M16.
Yeah.
We'll miss you. You'll always be an iconic. The M1.
Always iconic. When you think
M16,
of a gun, you think of the M16.
M27.
Yeah, so, any more topics?
Well, there is a few things that we could talk about, but right now let's just talk about the channel, what we hope to do with that.
Oh, the channel. Yeah, you can expand more on it.
All right. So, do you have a personal YouTube channel?
I do not have a personal YouTube channel. I do not.
I'm making a personal YouTube channel. I'm not sure what the name's going to be. Right now, it's just my regular name. And I think that I have a lot of good content ideas. I don't think I'll really get that big, honestly. Just something to make you laugh, something that I can laugh at in a few years. But, if you're watching this, you should definitely check it out if it exists by then, if I decide to do it. I've already got one idea because I have an Instagram that all my YouTube ideas are going on to.
Yep.
It's Dave's Spam 22.
Dave Spam 22 at Dave Spam 22.
Yep.
All right.
So you can check out.
So check it out. Check it out for sure.
I'll pop up my first video right now if we have that editing.
Yeah, if we have that
skills.
editing software
I'll pop up
and all that,
just a
all
few
that
seconds
crap
of it.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely good.
Yeah, definitely good. Definitely good.
Oh, we almost forgot the fun fact of the day.
We did. I have the fun fact memorized, actually.
What is it?
So, in the entire world, there is 120 million tons of salt in our oceans. Every ocean.
120 million tons.
Yep.
I thought it would
sodium
be
chloride.
I thought it would be more than that.
Maybe, but there's some areas where it's less salty and
less dense.
And less dense.
120 million. I was
That's
watching
a lot.
I was watching a documentary a few nights ago. When you're on YouTube at like 1, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You just start watching
Those
weird
long
things.
nights. Yeah.
I was watching the history of ants, kind of.
Like ants, like the bug?
Yeah, the bug. And there are so many ants in this world that if they were to try, they could take down all the humans.
Oh,
yeah, probably.
That's a little disturbing. If they tried,
the weight of all the ants in the world is more than all the humans in the world.
Really?
Yeah. It's billions and billions and billions. Some colonies have billions of ants. Just colonies.
Oh.
That's
kind of disturbing to think about.
Yeah.
Like,
there's one ant, the Argentinian. it's an Argentinian ant. I can't remember the actual name, but it's a little red guy. And ants are always fighting between colonies. You know, fire ants,
Yeah.
carpenter ants. They're always fighting. And the Argentinian ant is the smallest ant, but because they have so many, they're the most fierce ant, and they're always taking down other ant colonies. And what happens is these Argentinian ants, because there are so many of them, colonies will branch off from other colonies. You know, they have more than one queen. They have multiple queens. They'll branch off and they'll actually, you know, start making other colonies. And because they branched off, they start getting, you know, genetic differences, and then those colonies fight, even though they're closely related.
Yep.
So that's just, you know, food for thought. I actually saw a fun fact.
Banking.
Instagram.
Well, go ahead.
On Instagram, I thought this was interesting, you know. If an ant were as big as a Lamborghini, it would be able to go faster than the Lamborghini.
It's kind of something to think about.
Yeah, if they're giant ants.
So,
they're done.
stemming off of that bunny trail, Alex Jones again, my favorite podcaster of all
Love
time.
that guy. Hilarious.
He quotes, "Warfare is always drugs." What does that mean to you, Dave?
Well, in that particular podcast, they were talking about...
Great podcast. Best podcast of all time.
Watch
Joe
it.
Rogan,
It's
Alex
like-
Jones.
how long is
It's
it?
right here. Joe Rogan Experience, episode 1255. Get it. They talk about literally every politic issue
Everything.
in the world
And
right now.
conspiracy
Conspiracies, everything. Crazy. Amazing podcast.
Yes. We'd also like to... If we could join the Joe Rogan podcast at one point, that would be amazing.
Yeah, this is our first
But
episode.
yet again-
if Joe Rogan happens to see this, I mean, it'd
could
be an
send it to
honor.
him.
Be an honor.
We can add him.
Be an honor.
Yeah. Anyways, what I was saying. Warfare is always drugs.
Yeah,
You-
Alex Jones.
People, the military definitely drugs
Oh,
They're-
125 billion%.
their soldiers. Now, the American military, I don't think we drug all of our infantrymen or necessarily everybody, but I think that we've definitely drugged some people to get them to do some weird stuff, like that you wouldn't normally do. I personally want to go into the military, and
Me as well. I've
Yeah.
looked into that, and crazy thing about it is I do think it's true.
yeah,
Stemming back from the 40s all the way to now, they have drugged soldiers. Nazis were particularly methamphetamine and what else? What else was it?
methamphetamine, steroids.
Steroids were big in Nazi Germany,
Yeah.
and Japan, methamphetamine as well, and uses of DMT, LSD, that kind of psychotic
Yeah.
drugs and everything. And
Just branching off of that, LSD. I watched an interesting YouTube video recently.
mm,
Was how to hallucinate without taking drugs. And it's weird.
I'm not particularly interested in that, but I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is, you know. It's
Yeah, it's weird. They said that back in ancient times, you know, with in ancient Greece, for entertainment, they would do that. They would go into a quiet cave and they would start hallucinating for fun.
Yeah.
On hours on end. And
I
you
mean,
don't
now
have
we
TV.
got podcasts, TV,
Yeah.
music. You know, we don't
got
got to hallucinate
TDS.
for fun, guys.
You don't
I
need
mean,
to hallucinate for fun
Yeah,
when you
you
have
don't.
us.
You don't. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you were talking about drugging, like what drugs they were using and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of it's an interesting topic
Yeah.
going forward because you don't want to just join the military and have people. I mean, that's what it's for. Have people control you, but like you don't want them drugging you, and it's just something to think about if you're going to enlist in the military because they might that.
Well,
I'm
they're
not saying
definitely
that
always
could happen.
experimenting.
They're always
Definitely.
experimenting. You don't know.
Yeah.
CIA, FBI, government, that stuff.
Yeah.
It goes deep. And like I said, podcast, Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, they go into all that stuff.
Yeah,
It's really good.
it is good.
4 hours 40 minutes, long
My
podcast.
goodness, that is a long podcast.
I don't think we could get. I
Could
don't
you
think
imagine
get
if we were to
that
do a
point,
4 hour and 40-minute one? At the end of this podcast, we're just like, oh my goodness, what the
Yeah,
crap.
yeah. on 40
that'd be
minutes,
nice.
pushing.
Yep.
But yeah.
I'm just gonna pause it real quick, just to, yeah. Going on to the conspiracy theory thing.
Yeah.
We actually there's a, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but we have a conspiracy theory called BDAC. BDAC. Basically, the school system is corrupt, and they're trying to poison us. You know, we have a lot of evidence. Actually, it's what, a 13-page.
We do. We have a document.
We
right
have
a
now,
document.
and it's still building.
It's in process.
Yeah,
It's
every day we gain more and more information.
Yeah.
We've been working on this for, let's see, about 4 years now,
Yeah.
and everything just fits together so perfectly.
It's just like
It's insane.
It's just like unlocking door after door.
Yeah.
You know.
And by poisoning, I'm not talking about like psychologically. I'm talking
not
about
physically
no,
or
no,
psych.
physically. Bromine
Physical.
and halogen.
Bromine and halogen.
They're using that.
Not psychological
yeah,
poison.
no.
Not like brainwash. Not Nazi Germany, guys. Don't
Well,
worry.
the poison might
Don't
be
worry.
used for brainwash. We're not sure.
Could be. It could really. It could be. I
But-
mean, personally, guys, you gotta hear me out here. Listen. Here's the thing.
Alex,
I'm kind of retarded. Alex Jones. But
right there.
here is the thing. I have not been recently updated with BDAC. I was involved last year.
Yeah.
I was heavily involved last year and the year before a little bit, but 3 years ago it was. I was not here. I was not at this school.
Right.
And then this year it's kind of been it's only about a month or so in the school year.
Yeah, about a month.
I haven't been heavily involved with BDAC, so I'm not up to date on this.
Yeah, we haven't really. This year has been kind of slow. We haven't found much out, but we definitely think that some major developments are brewing just because of recent school activities.
Yeah,
If
we are not gonna go into
Yeah, we're not going to go into detail
No.
because a lot of stuff's been going on.
yeah. If
If
when
you
we
know,
Christian students, you know,
you know what's
you
going
know.
on. Yeah. Anyways, we should probably cut that out just because I don't want our podcast to get shut down by the school. BDAC.
oh, I was talking about
Yeah, I know.
janitor,
What?
not
Janitor.
yeah, janitor.
What?
The janitor.
Oh, the janitor.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The janitor. The
Gotcha.
janitor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Definitely some development.
Sun is shining in the sky.
He left
So-
like 12 years ago.
So
yeah.
the janitor who left about 12 years ago,
Yeah.
he was recently found.
No, we're not gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just some stuff going on. You know
It's
what
just
we're talking
it's
about.
it's going on. It's
if
going
you know,
on.
you know.
It's
You can, if you're not an LCS student, you could probably look up our school and find out.
yeah.
But anyways,
Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
We're not going to go into detail about it because it doesn't need to happen. All right.
Anyways,
Conspiracy theory number 4. Let's get into it.
All right, number 4. I don't have a fourth conspiracy theory.
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a conspiracy that, well,
Yeah.
again, I'm a pretty good fan of the Joe Rogan podcasts,
Yeah,
and
I
I
love
listen
Joe Rogan.
I listen to him frequently,
Love him.
and I heard they're discussing a topic on United States Air Force.
Oh yeah. You actually
And,
want to
it's-
become a pilot, right?
I do
Yeah.
want to become an Air Force pilot.
Air Force
Not
or
Air
Navy.
Force or Navy,
Yeah.
whatever comes to wherever God leads me to go.
Yeah.
But besides from that, you got the U.S. Air Force runs Area 51, correct?
Yeah.
That's an Air Force base.
You can pop up that picture again.
Yeah, we can pop up probably like right there. All right, so we're back here.
We tried to get a picture of Area
TDS
51
podcast
up on the screen,
episode 1. We tried to get a aerial photo of Area 51 up on the screen,
but it's just not good
stemming
enough
off
quality.
of that, U.S. Air Force
Yeah.
runs Area 51, and
You keep running.
back in the 60s, I believe, the United States Air Force brought up a hydrogen bomb. Like, don't get me wrong here. Hydrogen bomb, not nuclear bomb. And they tried to blow up the atmosphere, like the stratosphere. I'm not even lying to you. And that's what happened. Mid-60s. And all that tying back into Area 51 has just got me going. Got me thinking a little bit. And all this AI, all this artificial intelligence stuff. Aliens, apparently NASA, yes, NASA
corrupt or something like that.
is corrupt, I guess, and they are giving astronauts drugs,
Hold on,
and they are apparently communicating with intergalactic
Where's
aliens.
your charger, Tyler?
Yes, you heard that right. Intergalactic aliens. Charger?
Yeah. Is it in your bag?
Oh, yeah, it is in my bag.
I'll look at it.
Okay. Sorry, we're running low on battery here, but, yeah, intergalactic aliens. Isn't that crazy? I don't know, personally, if you think aliens exist or not. That's up to you. That's fully up to you. But, yeah, that's what's been going on. So, again, that's tying back into all that military stuff, military changes, new stuff like that. So, this could possibly wrap up episode 1 here.
Well, I had one more topic that I just wanted
Oh, okay. One more topic to discuss.
I can just remember
Okay.
what it is. While we're waiting, we just recently, we just passed a monumental time in history. Actually, Tyler, do you know what that is?
What did we pass?
The Area 51 raid.
Oh, the Area 51 raid.
I
was just talking about that actually while you were stepped outside.
I was quite.
I have to go to the restroom,
Okay.
so continue to talk about Area 51. Go.
I was quite disappointed in what happened. For a few months, the whole internet was getting hyped up about raiding Area 51, the whole "they can't stop us all" thing. We can throw up a couple of news articles or something. But anyways, it was quite disappointing. I was hoping that, at least a couple 100,000 people would show up. But there were over 2 million people signed up to go. I figured most of those people would be just internet trolls or 9-year-olds, But even if 1% of the people went, that's still, 20,000? Something like that. So, it was quite disappointing. It was just, there was even supposed to be a concert and stuff. It was alien stock, But the guy who was running the event canceled, and he moved it because he didn't want legal issues to be on his hands. So, yeah, it was disappointing. It was like 50 people showed up. They were all just standing around, not really doing anything. One girl did go inside the area, and she was arrested. So, yeah, that's it. But going off of the Area 51 thing, I was watching a Joe Rogan podcast where they had on a guy, I can't remember his name right now. He was a scientist that worked at Area 51. But it's actually not called Area 51. Area 51's the fake name. It's, can't remember, but he was working at Station 4 of whatever name place is. And I was watching a video to tell whether he was lying or not, and he did take a lie detector test in a separate video. And they did a lie detector on him back in the 80s when he came out about this. And stuff like that. But, basically, everything that he said made so much sense, and he went into such detail that it was impossible for him to be lying. And, that's just crazy to me. He was talking about technology that we can't even comprehend. And, Yeah.
Okay.
I can touch on that next podcast or
I am
something.
back. I just got information that another conspiracy theory. Okay,
We're
I
going
mean
down
mainly
conspiracy theory track right now.
conspiracy theories, guys.
Right.
Like
Let's be honest here. It's gonna be mainly conspiracy
Yeah.
theories.
So-
And just funny stories, stuff like that.
I got one here.
All right.
So conspiracy theorists have
Hold on.
long
Can we just pause for a second?
Okay, anyways,
It's probably gonna come in here.
starting
later.
I'm not saying that Wikipedia is 110% true, okay?
Oh, it's definitely not. But they have improved.
But they have improved. They have improved.
Definitely improved.
And here's the article. Conspiracy theorists have long posted a plot by organizations such as NASA to conceal the existence of a large planet in the solar system known as Planet X, which allegedly will one day pass close enough to Earth to destroy it. Now, Dave, what do you think about that?
I have heard about that.
Planet X.
Now, Planet X is actually a different planet. It's a dwarf planet. From what I heard growing up, you know, I had a really crazy scientist friend,
Yeah.
and
We all have that one person in our lives.
Yeah, he was a really, really great guy. His name's Matson Garza. You guys, if you're an LCS student, you probably have heard of him. He left LCS a while back, but still, crazy smart guy. He actually, he was telling me like back in the third grade that it was
Third grade?
Third grade. We were learning about the planets in the solar system, and he was talking about Pluto, and he drew 2 extra planets after Pluto, and I was like, Matson, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, well, this is such and such planet, and this is Planet X, and he drew it very small compared to Pluto. And I was like, you mean to tell me that there's another planet in our solar system? And he was
That's-
like, yeah, there is.
That's something right there.
That's
So,
crazy.
yeah, banking off of that, let me see if I can find it. Global warming.
Oh,
This
hot
is
topic right
this
now.
This is the topic of the century, ladies
Have
and
you
gentlemen.
have you heard of Greta?
I have not.
Oh, Greta Thunberg.
Greta Thunberg. Tell us all about it.
Oh,
Nate. Tell us all about it.
Now this is gonna get liberals a little heated.
Okay.
Liberals and Democrats.
Liberals. Can I say something about liberals?
Yeah.
Okay. First off, I'm not being biased. Trump is the best president to ever step in office.
Honestly, everything that he has done.
Besides
for our country.
George Washington and Abe Lincoln, he's the third. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. I apologize.
He's the
Third.
third
Besides
best.
Abe Lincoln, George Washington, Trump. He guys, I got to get this point super clear across to you. Listen.
Mm-hmm.
He's honestly, seriously, I've heard this from Alex Jones, who has inside people.
Inside
He's
people, guys.
InfoWars. Go
Inside.
watch it. I'm 100% fan of that. Anyways,
Yeah.
stemming off of that, he has people in the office, in Trump's cabinet, who is confirmed that Trump is truly trying to lower taxes.
Yeah.
He's not just saying that
Right.
to compete with China,
Right.
because China is our enemy right now. No other country is as technologically advanced as China. Sorry, excuse me.
I actually just
Anyway,
but actually going off of inside information about like what's it called, Trump being the best president. CIA workers. My dad is a friend with a pastor because my dad's a pastor.
yeah.
And we stayed at his house the night on the way to-
This is a CIA operator, right?
No. I'll get to that. We stayed at his house on the way to drop my brother off at college.
Okay.
And, me wanting to go to the military, he was like, oh, let me tell you about what my son does.
Okay.
So, the Navy cooks for the president. The Air Force flies the president by plane.
Yes.
The Marines by helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
And the Army transports the president by ground.
By ground. Yep.
Everything,
Yeah.
like the Beast, that big limo that the president rides in, that's coordinated by the Army. They track out everywhere that, they have to go.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, his son got the position of coordinating everything.
So
he's
he's not driving. He's not driving the limousine.
He's not. Well, he is sometimes.
He can. Okay. So he's directing, like he's overseeing it basically.
Yeah, he is the head guy.
All right.
So he works with all these CIA workers and stuff, the Secret Service.
Yeah.
He said that during the 2016 election, when they were transporting both Hillary Clinton and President Donald Trump, all the CIA workers and Secret Service hated Hillary Clinton.
Well,
now, let me tell you why. You're going to say, well, no. It's not because of that. She, in person, is a very mean lady. As punishment, the CIA, Secret Service, and the Army, if you were being punished, you had to drive Hillary Clinton.
Ooh.
They would make the rookies drive Hillary Clinton. If you
That's
drove
tough.
Trump, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
And that was the, you did a good job, you get to drive Trump around.
Yeah.
He was a great guy, and in person, a lot of people, they're fake on stage, they put on an act, and in person, when they're alone, they don't act nice. But Trump, he's actually a great guy. I would love to meet him. Trump, if you're watching this, yeah. What were you saying, Tyler, about?
I was going towards your direction.
Yeah.
About that. Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, obviously, husband and wife. Back in 2008, I believe it was.
Yeah.
There was a group of soldiers in Baghdad.
Oh, when Hillary Clinton was the
And
Secretary of War.
Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of War. Movie, 13 hours.
Yeah, I love that movie. Wait.
13 hours, right?
Are you sure it wasn't Lone Survivor?
Lone Survivor is a different story.
Yeah, but 13 hours.
It had nothing to do with the
13 hours were private
Here,
military
here.
contractors.
Yeah, here, hold on. So,
13 hours. We can pause.
so, excuse me. Benghazi,
Benghazi.
not
Yeah.
Baghdad. Benghazi. And, so, Islamic
Can you pass me
military, the Islamic military, coffee?
Yeah.
Islamic military attacks the U.S., help me out.
the cup? Tax the U.S. But what do you?
U.S.
got?
U.S. Embassy.
Oh,
in
yeah, the U.S. Embassy.
Excuse me.
Oh, yes.
Embassy
yeah.
in Benghazi,
Yes.
killing Ambassador J. Christopher Stevens and Sean Smith, an officer of the Foreign Service. Stationed less than 1 mile away are the operators of 13 hours.
Yeah.
And as the assault rages on, the 6 men engage in the combatants in a fierce firefight to save the lives of the remaining Americans.
Right.
So what happened here, this is a true story. What happened here, behind all the warfare, there's the government, okay?
Right.
And they're back at home controlling all these operations. They had a drone strike ready
Yeah.
on the Islamic military that was attacking them and threatening to kill multiple American senators because I believe they were all there in Benghazi for a certain meeting at the U.S. Embassy.
Yeah.
And they had a drone strike on call, and Hillary Clinton, Secretary of War at the time, called it off,
Yeah.
causing four of the 6 remaining soldiers to perish, along with the rest of the Americans.
Yeah. And the thing about that is, what really enrages me, they were private military contractors.
Yeah, they were not.
They were not even a part
enlisted.
of the U.S. military.
Nope.
They went out there. They're obviously getting paid. They're basically mercenaries.
Yeah.
And they were all former military people. But still, when you risk the lives of all of your embassy workers and the men that are fighting to defend them, that's crazy.
It's really. I'm not saying our government's corrupt because we live
No.
in a great society, but I would say that it's going downhill. Do you agree?
I do agree. I think that in the near future, the world is going to go to basically,
Blank that. We'll blank that out.
yeah, we don't want to hear that. Basically, if you're a Christian, there are lots of things in Revelation. That's
Yep.
my favorite book of the Bible.
Yep. Revelation.
That point to, soon. And I don't know how soon because nobody does.
Signs.
Yeah. All of these prophecies are coming true. It's crazy.
Yeah. It is.
But yeah, so where was I going with that? Anyways, yeah, the government is corrupting.
Yeah, it's definitely getting more corrupt.
It's always been corrupt, and there have always been parts of the government.
Yeah, I mean, stemming back to what we were saying about World War II in the 40s,
yeah,
they were using drugs, and they were using humans as test subjects.
right,
The U.S. military was. Not just Nazi Germany.
right. The U.S. military.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of the movie Captain America,
Yep.
the first Avenger.
That was Germany, though. That was
Yeah, I
Germany.
know, but they were testing on.
Yeah, Red Skull and all that.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yep.
They also tested on Cap, technically.
Stemming back to what you were saying. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Dave.
But yeah, they're definitely corrupting. The world's going to. But yeah, we've always been corrupt. Every government has. I mean, more governments more openly than some. But a thing that's always interested me is that the government could be watching us right now. They're always watching, whether we realize
dude.
it or not.
Our privacy, our social media accounts, our Gmail accounts, all of that stuff, our addresses, our credit cards, all of that stuff, the government has easy access to it.
Exactly.
It's just something to fathom about,
Yeah. So, going on to that, a while back, a movie came out, Snowden. I'm sure some of you guys have watched it. I didn't get to watch it, but I've read the story, a few articles on it. The government could be watching us through this webcam.
As we
They
speak
could be listening
right now,
to
they
us
could be
through the
listening
mic.
to this podcast live, even though
Right.
it's pre-recorded.
Now, some companies are watching you, and they openly state that in the terms of agreement.
Yeah.
And once you agree to
And
let them do that.
sometimes you skip through those
Yeah,
terms of
you
agreement.
don't read it, and that's
no
a
one,
stupid
Let's be
mistake.
honest here. No one really reads the terms of agreement and policies.
Yeah, exactly.
And they just scroll down the bottom, click go. I mean, I do that
I
personally.
do that all the time. But yeah, they're always watching you. And the government, whether you realize it or not, has always had this technology. Back in the 60s, during the Cold War, when the U.S. military was developing nuclear bombs and China was trying to figure out how they were doing it, they sent up satellites and spy planes.
U2
Yeah,
spy
not
plane.
the U-2 because it was China. But
Oh,
they would send them up, and they could see how the factory workers were making the atomic bombs using infrared.
yeah, with all the reconnaissance aircraft and
If you think
That's-
about it, there could be a satellite watching us right now.
Yep.
It's weird to think about.
through banking off that, Dave.
Yeah.
They had that technology back in the 60s.
Right.
And
so
I made this point
What do
earlier
they
in the
have now?
podcast, but what do we have now?
exactly.
What do we have now?
We don't.
There is Sam, by the way. Sam's out
Sam, I'll get a quick footage of him.
there. But it's a hard topic to think about, because you don't know what we have. You don't know if we're being watched.
Oh, there he is.
You don't know what's going on, and it's just a different topic. Dave's getting some footage of Sam right now.
There he is, the man himself.
Hopefully,
He might be able to pop.
he might be able to pop in for a second. He might do it.
Edit that in. There's Elliot. Oh yeah, there he is. He's waving to the camera.
Dave, come here.
Yeah. Yeah. Are we getting Sam? Hold on. Elliot, you can pop in and say hi too if you want.
Give a tribute to
Our first episode.
Sure,
It's been
man.
beneficial. It's been good.
It has
What have you
been
been talking about?
Just a lot of stuff.
48 minutes so far. We've been going.
It's good. Yeah. So Sam, hopefully in the future we might be able to do it during Renaissance. You know,
Yeah.
every once in a
Really?
while.
Hopefully,
Maybe. You know, maybe we're just throwing
We're
stuff
gonna
out
come,
there.
What, are we gonna come here or something?
I don't know.
Yeah,
we
we
could.
could. We could. Yeah.
We got the whole setup, man.
This is
Right.
Mike.
Yeah,
Mike?
the mic.
$25 mic
I
budget.
mean, I would prefer if it had Trump 2020 on it.
We could
we
probably.
could.
put
We
that
could.
up
We're
there.
doing that next podcast.
Ne-
It's coming.
next
It's
episode-
coming.
That's okay too.
It's coming.
Alright, we gotta go.
Right. All right. Well,
All right,
see you boys later.
Gentlemen, thank you for
You
popping
got to
in.
meet Sam.
Sam,
Well, you got Sam in the intro and lunch.
Alex Jones.
I'll call.
All right. So we're gonna wrap it up because I have to go.
What time is it? What time is it?
What time is it? It's like
It is 5:17.
5:17. Yep. All right. Well, we'll be seeing you later.
Yep, guys.
been
Episode
good.
1
It's
of
been real. I'll remember that we need to keep on talking about what we were talking
Yep.
about. All right.
All right,
Well,
guys. Thank you for listening in. Thank
We'll
you for
head out.
joining us.
Here, give
We'll
me the
have this
remote.
uploaded and
Tell
we
me
are
when we're
out.
doing the no outro.
outro
If I can.
if it works.
Hold on.
If it-
I
if
was
it's
pressing the channel
Wrong button. All right, guys. Thanks
We'll
for
see
listening
ya.
in,
Yeah.
David.
Stay real.
Yep.
Let's go.